shoulder, Schrader has a knee, and Grover has a bicep. Overall, the game, I thought it was great complementary football, back and forth, all three phases. Shaggy getting the punt block there was huge, getting the takeaways by Mackay. Latu, obviously Grover getting the tip there was huge, and then scoring, 6 times, 6 drives, 6 touchdowns by the offense. It was just great to see. I think everyone got involved. Like I said, complementary football all the way around, so it was a good game.
Do you have any updates on Spencer yet?
I don't right now. I don't. It doesn't look good, but I don't have the full update.
Did you ever consider letting Ringo kick even extra points just to?
Yeah, a little bit, but I felt good about the offense, just trying to go for 2, and you know what I mean, going down there, and obviously we would have had some moving parts there. I got a ton of faith in Rigo kicking those balls, and just the holes, and who would be the snapper, and there's a lot of moving parts there.
I know it doesn't matter, but what are the moving parts you could be snapping there?
It would have been Ogletree, and it would have been a hole.
Something more I mean, the efficiency of your offense, I think, is kind of notable. I mean, it's decent yardage today, but I mean, you're converting, you're taking advantage of opportunities. Why so efficient?
I think it starts up front, and the quarterback's doing a hell of a job. Third downs are efficient. I think 8 for 10. We're moving the ball. We're completing passes at a high clip. I mean, I don't know, he's completing 73% of his passes every week. And so when you're doing that, you're going to be pretty efficient on offense, and he's continuing to do that for us.
What do you guys do when Tyler keeps getting called for the OPIs, but it doesn't look? It looks kind of narrow there. What can you guys do about that?
This is as good as mine. I don't know. We'll work through it, and we'll look at the tape.
You see him every day, but what is your appreciation for Ashton?
I mean, he's as gritty as they come. He's as tough as they come, and he does anything that's asked, and he understands his role. I go over roles and opportunities to start the season, and I go through every player. And I say, hey, you're our special teams ace, and you're going to go cover kicks. And when you get your opportunity on offense, go make the most of it. And today, obviously, you got a hell of an opportunity and played a ton on offense. Made some big-time plays, got a big in cut there, and then obviously there in the fourth quarter, threw the go ball to him, went up and made a hell of a play. So hats off to him. Just a tremendous worker is what he is.
Talking about like resiliency and bouncing back, coming back from last week and winning this week by 34 points. Just what does that say about this team?
Yeah, I think the guys, like I said, like last week was last week, and that's the National Football League. You don't ever want it to happen. But it's next day mentality. It's one day at a time. Enjoy the process of getting better every day and growing as individuals. And our guys were locked in all week. I thought we had a hell of a week of practice. And to see it come to fruition, here on Sunday, just hats off to all the guys and all the coaches.
The offensive balance you guys have sounds kind of boring, but I mean, you shut down the run early. You guys with that. How does that balance meet the defense?
I think when you can do both really well when the game's on the line, I think that's critical. And I just think the guys are playing at a high level right now. They're playing together. The communication piece is huge. There's so many details that go into it throughout the week, and the side conversations that take place with the quarterback and the center and the receivers and the meetings, the extra meetings that they have, going through every little detail at every possible look we can get. Stuff comes up on game day, and those guys are all prepared and ready for it. And I think it's just great back and forth, with those guys, but also just the camaraderie of our guys right now. Obviously we're in week 5, going into week 6, but been very pleased, but we got to do it, again and again every week.
We saw Ashton Dillon play a lot today.
Yeah.
One of them didn't tell them offense. 80 minutes of them playing until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Playing toward that team.
Yeah, obviously, just I told you guys, AD's got to earn it, and so that was a situation where Dillon was going to start at X and play most of the game, and if we needed AD in a situation, we would have to use them, and we played there at the end.
JT, 3 touchdowns today.
Yeah.
I think that's the 4th time in his career he's had 3 total touchdowns, and 2 of them happened this year.
Yeah.
For a 6-year guy. So, what level is he playing at? What does that say about this year?
Extremely high. I think he's playing best back in the league right now. Credit to him, credit to the O-line. That first one, obviously, Q pulling around there. And then the other one we scored down in there tight. We had a little pulling center on with Borden. Borden opened up the hole right there. It was a great job on the O-line. He stretched and cut that thing back up in there. So it's everybody. It starts up front with those guys, but he's just seeing it well. He's running, hard, patient, great vision, great burst, and he hits the home runs.
What do you make of the offensive line?
Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. What do you make of the work of the offensive line? The Raiders point, have gone 39 straight games with a sack, and they didn't have any today.
Yeah, I mean, our thing going into this game, which I'm sure every opponent that plays the Raiders, is stop 98. He's one of the best in the league right now, and so going in the game, we were trying to get 4 hands on him as much as possible, not run at him. If we did run at him, make sure we got 4 hands on him there, because we know he's a huge problem, and it's a credit to our guys, going out and executing the game.
How important is it with this offensive line to have the versatility where you can get guys out of space, but you can also kind of run downhill with them?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great question. I think we got so many guys that are multiple, that have different roles, that have different skill sets, and so we try to play to their strengths each and every week. And obviously, depending on who we're playing with the defensive scheme and what they're doing, trying to put our guys in advantageous looks, week in and week out, and buy down the distance and what they're doing, and then our guys going out and executing. So hats off to those guys. Again, I think today too, I just want to mention our defense giving up 6 points is huge. I thought those guys played incredible. They were flying around making plays. It was fun to watch.
Shane,
Couple more.
It's not often in the NFL that a head coach gets to say to the first team, you can take the rest of the fourth quarter. Was that a satisfying moment for a head coach?
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, to be honest, because this league, every game comes down to one scores a lot, but it's nice for those guys to get a quarter off and rest their bodies going into next week. But it's a credit to those guys executing early and often to get that done.
Last one.
Last year, you all had 8 wins and all about 1 possession.
Yeah.
This year, they have 3 dominant hands. What's different in what you think?
Well, I think all things take time. You know what I mean? I think as you're building a program, sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and I think we got some new faces in here. I think Chris has done a hell of a job with that. Daniel's playing at a high level, and guys are just believing in each other and believing in the process of what we're doing, and it's been really good.
All right, thank you. Daniel's coming in right now.
All right, thanks, guys.